Have you ever found yourself in a discussion where, despite saying everything you needed to, you walked away feeling defeated? Have you experienced that knot in your throat, as if each spoken word had pulled you further from your own strength? Perhaps you find yourself surrounded by loud individuals who interrupt, mock, and dominate conversations, presenting arrogance as confidence. Deep down, you may have believed that silence equates to weakness, that not defending yourself is a form of surrender, and that not reacting signifies loss. But what if all of this is an illusion? True power, as we will explore, lies not in words, but in their absence. Friedrich Nietzsche, one of history's most misunderstood thinkers, recognized something that few have the courage to admit. Those who speak too much reveal too much. Those who feel the need to convince others are already at a disadvantage. Society teaches us to fight, explain, and defend our ideas as if every conversation were a battleground for truth. However, nature suggests a different approach, a more subtle and intelligent path. Nietzsche believed that silence is not merely the absence of noise, but a profound presence that disconcerts, destabilizes, and forces others to confront themselves. This message is for those who often feel ignored, overshadowed, or invalidated. For those who leave conversations believing that no one truly heard their intended message. You may be tired of being the accommodating one, the peacemaker, while others exploit your calm. But what if you've confused your silence with submission? Today, I will show you that silence can be your most powerful weapon, and that true victory comes not from winning an argument, but from never feeling the need to engage in one. Prepare to view silence as the definitive response, a means to master any situation without uttering a single word. Why do we feel compelled to respond, rebut, or correct as if we must prove our correctness? Deep down, we have been conditioned to believe that truth must be defended at all costs. Remaining silent is often perceived as allowing others to win. This need to react stems from a fear of appearing weak, rooted in a fragile ego that confuses disagreement with attack, turning discussions into battles. Nietzsche observed that most individuals do not seek truth in arguments, they seek power. Argumentation is not a tool of wisdom, but rather a defensive mechanism for the ego to maintain control. The essence of true strength lies not in convincing others, but in not needing to do so. It is in holding your vision amidst laughter, criticism, or rejection. It is about being misunderstood, yet remaining unshaken. Nietzsche teaches us that the true game of discussion is theatre. The first person to react has lost. He understood that the reactive mind is subjugated, while the observing mind is powerful as it transcends the need to prove anything. To exert power without words, we must look to the ideal of the Übermensch, a being who transcends the limitations of common morality and wields absolute self-control. In the next sections, we will explore how this figure exemplifies the strategic use of silence as a weapon of dominance. Nietzsche did not write for the weak. He wrote for those who possess the courage to confront their own misery and transform it into strength. The common person is often trapped by societal conventions and the need for validation from others. However, the Übermensch shapes the world in his own image and operates in silence. He does not engage in emotional games, but observes, understands, and chooses when to speak or remain silent. This silence is a powerful form of communication that imposes presence and authority. Silence, in the context of the Übermensch, is not empty. It is a significant presence that causes discomfort. When you choose not to react, you compel others to confront their own voices and arguments without external validation. Most people speak not to express themselves, but to safeguard their own insecurities and maintain control over the narrative. Silence, therefore, becomes a psychological weapon that destabilizes the speaker. Now that we comprehend silence's impact on others, it's pivotal to learn how to wield this power intentionally. Transform silence into a conscious weapon. The first step is to remain silent, even when your instincts urge you to respond. This requires immense strength and the understanding that you owe nothing to anyone. The second weapon is observation. Listen not to respond, but to understand the underlying fears and insecurities of others. The third is timing. Let silence linger, creating tension that grants you power. The fourth weapon is unpredictability. Mastering silence makes you unpredictable, which instills fear in others. They become cautious and hesitant when they don't know what to expect from you. Silence, therefore, transforms from mere absence to pure dominance. While mastering silence is crucial, recognize situations where silence becomes a silent scream of someone losing control of their life. Sometimes people manipulate you by draining your energy without a word being spoken. This form of silence isn't strategy, it can be a form of submission. Many are conditioned to believe that silence signifies maturity or balance. However, this can often mask submission. The false peace you maintain comes at a high cost, allowing others to impose their will upon you as you convince yourself that it's not worth fighting for your truth. The true will to power is not about domination over others, but mastery over oneself. It's about regaining control of your narrative and being silent not out of fear, but because you owe nothing to anyone. This silence of presence signifies a transformation from submission to authority. To transition from being manipulated to mastering your own presence, you must embody the essence of the Übermensch. In the final chapter, we will delve into what it means to be this new type of human, as the world requires those who understand and master silence. Remember, silence is not absence. It is pure presence and mastery. It signifies that you no longer react but shape the world around you. Nietzsche wrote for those who aspire to transcend, not just survive. Embrace your silence as an affirmation of your existence, a declaration of who you are. From now on, let your silence command respect and reflect your true authority. Stick around. The next video breaches the simulation's edge. What you find could rewrite your code.